The doors opened on floor B4. My building doesn't have a B4. It doesn't even have a B3. I've lived here 6 years. There are 2 basement levels. That's it. But the button was lit, and something was waiting in the hallway. It started on a Tuesday, just after 11 at night. I got in the elevator on the 14th floor, headed down to the garage to grab something from my car. I pressed B2, same as I always do. The elevator moved, but it kept going. Past B1, past B2. I felt it in my stomach. That feeling when you're descending and you know something's off, but you can't quite name it yet. I watched the floor indicator. B3 lit up, then B4. And then the elevator stopped, and the doors opened. What I saw in that hallway didn't belong in any building I've ever been in. But the worst part wasn't the hallway. It was the footprints in the dust, because they were fresh. The hallway stretched further than the building's footprint allows. I know this because I checked afterward. I requested the blueprints from the management office and measured it myself. The building is 40 feet wide at the base. This hallway was longer than that, much longer. The ceiling was low, maybe 6 feet, 6 inches. Unfinished concrete on every surface. A single row of fluorescent tubes overhead, half of them dead. And every 10 feet, a door. Plain metal doors. No numbers. No handles on my side. I should have stepped back in and pressed close. I know that now. Instead, I took one step out into the hallway, and the elevator doors shut behind me. I spun around, pressed the call button. Nothing. No hum. No mechanical sound. The panel was dead. Not dark, just completely unresponsive. Like the elevator had never existed. My phone had no signal. Which made sense. We were underground. Deep. I switched on my flashlight. That's when I saw the sign. It was on the wall next to the elevator doors. Old. Laminated. Yellowed at the edges. It looked like it had been there for decades. It read, "Residents. Do not use elevator after 11 p.m. And below that, in handwriting, someone had added 4 more words. They can hear the doors. Someone had been down here before me. Someone who survived long enough to leave a warning. And they'd hidden it somewhere no one was ever supposed to find. I pressed myself against the elevator doors and I thought, the sign was laminated. That means someone printed it, laminated it, and came back down here to mount it. This wasn't a scrawl of panic. It was deliberate. I started moving along the wall, flashlight on the doors. I tried to count them. 7 on the left side, at least that many on the right before the corridor bent into darkness. I stopped at the 3rd door on the left. There was a scratch in the metal at eye level. Recent. The steel beneath was still bright, not oxidized. It wasn't a scratch. It was a word. Run. I heard it then, and I understood immediately why whoever scratched that word didn't make it back to the elevator in time. From the far end of the hallway, the dark end, the end I couldn't see. A sound. Not footsteps. Not a voice. The sound of something slowly dragging a hand along the concrete wall, moving toward me. Methodical. Unhurried. Like it already knew where I was. I killed my flashlight. Stood completely still in the dark. The sound got louder. Then one of the doors opened. Just a crack. Just enough for a sliver of amber light to spill out. Through the gap, I could see inside. A chair. Facing the door. Empty. The chair wasn't empty for long. But what sat down in it didn't move like anything I've seen before. And it turned toward the door. Toward me. Slowly. The elevator opened. I don't know why. I hadn't pressed anything. There was no sound before it happened. No hum. No mechanical movement. The doors just parted. I didn't think. I threw myself in, hammered B2 with both hands and flattened myself against the back wall. The doors closed. The elevator moved upward. I didn't breathe until I heard the lobby ding at B2 and saw the familiar gray concrete of the parking garage. I took the stairs for 3 months after that. I told the building super the next morning, sat across from him in his office and told him everything, start to finish. He didn't look surprised. He looked at me the way you look at someone when they've told you something they already knew. He said only one thing. "You're lucky it let you back up." I asked him what he meant. He stood up, walked to his filing cabinet, and pulled out a folder. He set it on the desk between us. Inside were photographs, 14 of them, all taken in that hallway. The photographs were dated. The oldest was from 1987. The most recent was from 11 months ago. Each one showed the hallway. Some showed the doors. 3 of them showed things I'm not going to describe here because I don't think I should. The super told me the elevator had always done this, that B4 appeared on certain nights, to certain people, and that as far as he knew, everyone who'd ever gone down there had eventually made it back up. Eventually. He told me not to use the elevator after 11. He told me to tell no one. I asked him what was down there. He said he didn't know, but that the building was built on top of something much older, and that whatever was down there had been there long before the building existed. I've lived here 6 years since. I follow his rules. I take the stairs after 11. But last week, I got home late. I was exhausted. I took the elevator. I pressed B2, and on the panel between B1 and B2, there's a button I've never noticed before. It has no label, and it's warm to the touch.